Hello everyone, I'm Trainer Sora and this is my very first Animal Crossing video. While it is a first, it's also a last. It's the end of this island. I've had it since, April of 2020 and I'm ready to move on with the update coming and everything. I am going to be starting over and doing a Christmas island first, and then I'm going to be moving on to another Cottagecore island. And I am going to be filming and recording the start over process for the Christmas one and uploading it onto YouTube. But I wanted to record this before I demolished everything because it is a special island to me. I've had it since the beginning. I'm sad to be moving on from it, but it's time. It's time to start again, I think. And anyways, let's look at the island. We have Stitches and Marshall. I was gonna say Marshall first, but Stitches and Marshall are my favorites. So of course I had Stitches. I didn't like. Okay, Stitches was not planned to be on this island, but I ran across him on a villager hunt, and I absolutely fell in love with him. And I gave him a little space outfit, and he loved it so much. So he quickly became like one of my favorites. Then there's Lolly, who I also did not like at first, but I've really come to like her. I'm probably gonna put her on the Christmas Island whenever I start that one. Then there's Marty, who I loved so much. He's so cute, and I love his house outside and everything, and all of his, just him in general. He's a cutie. Then of course Marshall, who I said, of course is my other favorite. And he is the OG on this island. I've had him, since basically the beginning. He's now the oldest of all of the villagers. I could not bear to get rid of him. Then there's Maple, who was the very first villager I got when I started Cottagecore. She, just radiates the vibe that I'm going for. Then there's Bo, sweet little Bo. I had him early on and then got rid of him, and then when I was trying to pick a last villager, I kind of figured he would probably be the best choice for me. Then there's Raymond, who of course I fell in love with, but I don't think I'm going to get him again for the future islands. I love him, he's cute and everything. It's just, I don't know, maybe some of the hype over him has kind of caused me to not want him for the future islands. I don't know. Not to say I don't love him, but I don't think I'm going to be taking him again. Then there's Molly, who is the sweetest. I love her. That's why she's the neighbor of the main house. She is, I wanted her so much when I was picking up the 10 villagers, and I ended up getting her eventually. She was one of the late comers to the island, unfortunately, but I did finally get her. And then there's Audie, who is second oldest after Marshall. Like Raymond, I probably won't be taking her again. But I did really like having her. She was a sweetheart and probably my favorite peppy villager. But I just don't really think I'll be getting her again. And then there's Dom, who I really wanted, but again, like some of the others, I don't think I will be taking in the future. Undecided, really. Possibly. I probably will end up taking a Jock villager onto my next Cottagecore island. I just don't know if it'll be Dom or not. I guess if you get what I'm saying. Then of course you have the two residents. Mine is of course the top left one. And then Collin, who's my fiance, is the second one that's down there by Nook's Cranny, and his is like a little, well, it's outside, it's like a little farmhouse, which you'll see in here in a little bit, but I guess let's get started. Oh, and Stitches and Dom are having a little chat. This is my entrance. Across there is resident services. I love the spot they're actually on right now. It's one of my favorite spots on the island. I usually go left when touring islands, so let's just continue on that trend, I suppose. This is the entrance. I spent, oh, I think I tore down 5 entrances before I decided on this one. I also tore down the entire island about 3 times before deciding on this one, so you know it's been through a lot. I was told I wasn't allowed to terraform anymore after this one was built, and that's because I kept tearing it down after building for like a week at a time. Each time, you know, I did it, and it would always be like the slightest thing. I would find one small thing I don't like on the island and, you know, decide to tear it all down. And Collin told me I couldn't do it anymore because of his sanity. I couldn't do it. This, I've kept this, I think this is the oldest bridge on the island at this point, because I had this probably some of the earliest parts of the island. Let's see, although oh wait, I take that back. It was not originally this bridge. It used to be an imperial bridge when I first started. Alright, I guess we'll start with the little beach here. I wanted like a little spa area, so this is what culminated out of that thought. And over here is Audie's house. I struggled a lot to come up with an idea for her to make it, because I wanted it to not really stick out a whole lot from Cottagecore. So I kind of struggled a little bit, and I ended up telling Collin ended up helping me a lot with this space, because I designed an original one, and you know he wasn't really happy with it. Neither was I, to be honest. And he asked, you know, what did I want her outside to be, and I just told him, you know, I wanted it to be like a cabana, like a little resort area thing. And this is what culminated between the two of our brain cells. And over here is my dock, which is not gonna, you know, fly for when Captain gets here, but it is what will be for this island since it's going into the void very soon. Over here, of course, we have more beach space. I love books and writing. I would like to eventually write my own book eventually. If I can ever motivate myself into doing so, which I feel like every writer in existence can relate to, but you'll see a lot of books and writing stuff across the island. We're going to come back to Dom's yard, don't worry. I also struggled with this rock right here because it's such a small space, and I didn't really know what to put there, so I ended up just throwing a bug cage and a plant. I actually really liked this rock right here, though. I wanted more painting areas because I had just one, which is on the other side of the island at the front beach, and I just felt like I wanted more, so I made, I think, 2 more spaces for painting. And then there's this beach. It's like a little spot for friends to go and chill and play some music and grill out and stuff. I was really happy with how it turned out. And over here is like a little, I guess, pumpkin carving area on the beach. People having some snacks and stuff. Also, I'm, I guess, a little brain dead on giving tours right now. I think I've done 5 tours, I think, in the past about 3 days. Well, I say 3 days, but they were all on like 2-day periods. Like, I gave 5 tours in like 2 days time, and I'm an introvert, and so it took a lot out of me to give a lot of tours, but they were all with friends and viewers and stuff, on my Twitch and other people's Twitches. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been, I guess, but it was still like taxing to do. So excuse any like maybe exhausted feel that I might be giving off. It's just been a long past few days, getting this island ready and letting people tour it and stuff. But anyways, over here is like a little fish restaurant or seafood restaurant, I guess you could say, and it's run by this guy right here, a little turtle boss. He's doing a great job. Oh, I saw somebody else's island. I thought it would have been, I thought about it later. I could have put like a stuffed bear to be the boss, but I think the turtle makes it funnier. Alright, let's go. We'll come back to the campsite here in a little bit. I'm going to run back down to Dom's so we can look there. And tomorrow I'm going to be tearing all of this down on the stream, twitch.tv/Trainer Sora. A little shameless plug, I guess, there. So if you want to come chat with me and watch me tear all of... Actually, you know what? I say tomorrow, but depends on when this gets uploaded. Right now is October 18th. So assuming I immediately get this uploaded and stuff, then, Tuesday, October 19th, I will be tearing down the island. But, this is Dom's yard. I really love it too. I kind of, I don't know. Collin added some extra touches here, and I really like the additions he put in. But this is kind of why I wanted Dom. Like, I love Dom and his appearance and everything, but also sheeps are not my favorite by nature. No offense to anybody who likes any of the sheeps, especially if Dom is your favorite, or Pietro, or anything like that. I'm not meaning to offend. But I just really liked Dom, and like the vibe he gave off and everything. So I wanted him, but like I don't know what other jock I want. And here is the fairy forest. I really like those little islands over there and the little decorations and stuff that came together. This is the only area I really put Mario items. Also, I'm going to show off the DreamAddress here again. It's going to be set a little bit more into the afternoon if you visit, which, please come by and visit the island. And, of course, always feel free to let me know what you think of the island in the comment section. Or you can find me on Twitter or Instagram. Message me there. Here is Marshall's yard. This actually was originally Dobie's yard. It was a big library-like area, which is why you see all the books and stuff laying around. But I really liked that kind of vibe, so I decided to combine Marshall's coffee shop idea yard with the Dobie yard with the library, and get a little coffee shop library area. Oh, maybe I should have come up from the campsite and down. But here is the campsite. It's gone through a lot of transformations as well. If you're wondering who's in the thing, it's Shep. Shep is an honorary villager. I love him, but at the same time, I already have 2 smugs. I might take Shep on a future island, though, because I really do like his house. I love his design. I've wanted a dog villager, but I could never really decide on one. But with the new update where you can, change houses and stuff like that for your villagers, I might take Goldie. I really love golden retrievers. But the only problem was I just never really liked her house. It was a little too plain, I guess you could say, for me. But with the change that's coming, I probably will take Goldie and just give her like a makeover for her house. This space right here I had Eric on the island for a little bit, and this little like campsite thing was outside his house, and when he left, Collin suggested I move it over here and just use it at the campsite. Let's see, I would like to enter the orchard through the bottom, so we're gonna go back down through the fairy forest. I don't need to run through too many things because I don't need to destroy any of the flowers. I did upload my dream address the other day, but I am going to upload it again right after this video because I was letting a friend tour the island through the dream address, and I realized I put it a little too late in the evening because I'm not wanting it to be nighttime. But I did want it to be like dusk-ish, so I'm probably gonna move it like 30 minutes back, and because it was getting a little too dark too soon for my liking, so I'm gonna move it back a little bit. And over here is the orchard, which we'll go into in just a second. But over here is like a little reading area. I really like this spot too. It's like I said, one of my favorite spots on the island. Down here is this little peninsula that you could see across the way. It's like a little study area / reading area as well. Alright, so now we have the orchard, which I absolutely loved the creation, the final, take of it. I've had quite a few orchards over my year and a half or so of playing the game, and this is by far the best iteration of it. It's like, Collin helped me a lot with it. He, I told him exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to be like a proper orchard, and, he went through and laid out all the trees for me, like how he felt probably was the best. Oh, this needs to be on. See, I always find things that I need to change for the dream address. And here is the museum. Unfortunately, I never actually completely finished the, like all the stuff. I think I was missing a few bugs and maybe a small handful of the sea creatures. And of course here's Raymond, who, is my boy. Oh, well, there's my name. Which, people visit an island anyways. Originally I was wanting to completely not show this island because I started on Twitch, and I didn't really want my name to be out there, but I also didn't want to let this island go to waste, like not show it off or anything after spending like a year working on it. So, I kind of had to get over that little fact, but, it was a very interesting experience working on this for an entire year. Because so many items, just came out as time went on, and I kept having to go back over spaces and add the items, places, and stuff like that, and it kind of got to a point where I wasn't able to add any more, like change anything, like I think the boba tea, I couldn't really find many places. I think I have one on the island, which is actually just a few feet behind me. But over here is, actually, let's go over here for a second. I really liked this little pond area. It used to be Bob and Stitch's yard, because Bob was here before Marty, and they had like a little playground area and stuff. Well, it's still a playground behind there, but this whole space was like a play area. But I really liked the change to fishing. I wanted a little fishing spot, and that's where it ended up going. But here is Marty's little bakery. I'm so happy with how it turned out. Of course, when I was showing off the island for like I said, the 5 times, I had so many questions about custom designs and stuff like that. Which, if you see one and you're curious about it, timestamp it for me, and I will do my best to find it for you. I don't have all of them saved, but Collin is usually really good about finding them again, which, not having them saved is kind of a bad thing since I'm restarting, but we're gonna work with what we got. But yes, I'm really happy with his bakery. It's so cute. And over here is Stitch's house. It's, a lot more childlike. The one thing I was a little nervous with Stitches is trying to blend him in, because when it was Bob and Stitches, this felt a lot, it still gives off a lot of Kidcore vibes, but it definitely had a lot more Kidcore vibes when it was Bob and Stitches versus Marty and Stitches. I am also taking Stitches to the Christmas Island. He's gonna have like a little toy shop or toy store on the island that I think will be super cute. Over here is their redone playground. It looked a lot different when Bob was on the island. I actually really liked the original playground, but I'm also really happy with this one. I'm not sure which one I ended up liking better, to be honest. But Collin said he didn't really like the other one, so we changed it up a bit, and I think I'm happy with what I ended up creating. And over here, I worked really hard to find a spot for this bridge, and I finally put it on the island towards the end. Over here is like another reading spot / snack spot, since both of them like snacks. I just really like this pond too, like the space and everything. I don't know, I really like this spot. It's really nice and calming to sit here for a while. Behind the museum didn't get really touched that much, so ignore all of that. We'll go over to Lolly's house in a second, but this is the little pathway to Red's Beach, which, first we're gonna go over here to, you can see kind of the lighthouse over there, and over here is, the little washing area, and over here is Red's Beach, which I definitely wanted to be like a pirate theme. I had Rod on the island for a while, and he was the pirate area spot, but I ended up getting rid of him for Dom, and so Red's area became the pirate area. Over here is Lolly's. Like I said, I really liked Lolly. This used to be Meringue's house, and she had the bakery, which did not look anything as close to what Marty's is now. Marty's is so much better designed and cute and all that stuff. And I'm really happy with like Lolly's little farm area. It's so cute. I wanted to kind of give I wanted to give Molly the farm, but Lolly already was on the island, and I really liked the farm, so I ended up letting Lolly keep the farm. Alright, let's go. We'll save that for later. Over here is like a little sitting area, chess and stuff. I don't actually know how to play chess, to be honest. I'm good at checkers, not chess. Collin said he's going to teach me though, so. Over here is like a little clay area. I've seen several of them and I just really loved them, so I ended up putting one on the island. And over here is like just a little space where you can see the lighthouse and stuff. I'm really happy with how it all turned out, to be honest. And over here is Molly's house. Um, I know I want an apple orchard and like apple stand and stuff like that on the next Cottagecore Island. I think I might give that to not Maple, Molly here, whenever we do put that one together. Down here is like another little space, and of course over here we have the plant shop. Of course you gotta have a plant shop. Um, this was changed as well. It used to be much smaller plant shop, and um, Collin, without me knowing, just kind of changed it all up on me, and I woke up to this, and I was very happy with what he did. It is very cute. Because he knew I wasn't really happy with the other plant shop, so he put together that one. We'll go back over there later, because that's where the main house is. One thing I thought about after putting all this together is I did put plenty, I guess, of water, but at the same time, a lot of my water space isn't big enough to hold fish, so that was something that bothered me. There's definitely going to be a lot of changes for the next Cottagecore Island. Over here is the Able Sisters. I kind of borrowed like the layout space idea for like having a waterfall outside of Able Sisters from somebody on, I think, Twitter, I think. But I really loved it. It was super cute. Sorry, my dog was kind of wanting to be pet. Alright. Which, speaking of my dog is named Lucky after the Animal Crossing villager. And over here is Nook's little space. We'll see the farm here in a little bit. A lot of people said they like the farm, but I am going to be doing a different style when I create the next Cottagecore Island. I thought of a lot of different improvements, and I think it's going to be much better. You know, I love this spot on the island, but I sometimes forget it's over here. There's definitely spots that I've made that I forget to visit sometimes. But I really like that spot. Oh, apparently they had a good conversation with each other. Let's see. Let's go over here. Alright, so over here is the mailbox area, which Collin, kind of, okay. The thing with me and Collin is I will design something and then Collin will spruce it up and make it something slightly different. I need water, sorry. And I think there was inspiration from someone on Instagram possibly for this idea. I can't remember because I feel like I've seen something similar on Instagram. But yes, this is like his own interpretation of the like mail post office area. Over here we have like my little Alice in Wonderland, not Alice in Wonderland, but well technically, but Mad Hatter's Tea Party kind of space tucked away. Over here is another reading area, which I forgot to pick up this little twig. which, you know, you see pillow right here, and that is because this space was done before the sit reaction was made. So, you know, you used to have a pillow to sit down. Alright, let's go back here. Over here is, of course, people do movie theaters a lot in Cottagecore Island, and this is the one we have, which has also been very well liked by people who have seen the island and stuff. Over here is Bo's house. Bo is actually the reason I got into Cottagecore. When I was in the early days of Animal Crossing, I had him, and you know, just the thematic that comes with him, decorating his yard and stuff, made me kind of really dig the vibe that Cottagecore had. So I ended up going to it and stuff. It was a struggle, mainly with getting Collin to let me, because the villagers used to be like in a space. They actually were back in the top right, back where Molly and the main house is and all that, and even down to where Maple's house, they were like in rows up there, two long rows. And it was a time talking him into letting me space them all out, because he didn't think he would like it and stuff like that, and he still prefers to have his villagers all together and stuff like that. But Audie, you're not leaving just yet. Sorry, sweetheart. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with, you know, that we did go through with it. Over here is like a little sitting area. And over here is like my little interpretation of the tree from New Leaf. Since we don't actually have like a city tree kind of thing, I kind of just used the Nature's Bounty one. And like I said, over here is like my favorite spot on the island. It's just so peaceful to like sit on this bridge even though you block traffic. And especially in the evening time, it's really peaceful. I've had one of my favorite pictures I've taken is Molly was sitting, I think, like right here, and I just came and sat down beside her, and we just kind of chilled by the water. It was a nice, relaxing moment. Oh, right here is the painting area I said earlier in the video that I wanted more of them, so I branched out from there. Well, let's go down and around. I also had inspiration from, I think, Instagram for this little space. So if you see a similarity, it has exactly because I saw something from somebody else that I really liked and wanted to try and do something similar to it. But I also don't think I have the photo anymore, so I can't compare how similar they are, which did worry me a bit with showing off the island, because there are like a few spots that were borrowed from people, but I tried to make them, you know, my own and stuff like that. Which, you know, before we even get to the main house, the kitchen is inspired from Lex Plays' kitchen. I got to actually go to her island, Lost Lorien, right when she was starting out, and she let me tour the island. Collin asked her if we could, and she said yes. And this is also right before DreamAddress. But I really loved her kitchen. And back then I had no intention of streaming or anything, so I didn't think there was a problem with me borrowing the kitchen. But over here is like a little sitting area for different you know, task, reading, playing some music, I said reading already, sorry. Over here is start of like this little abandoned beach idea I had, plus surf shop, or scuba, or I mean, sorry, not scuba diving. Well, technically scuba diving, yeah. Um, and on the ground, you can see some of my like favorite video games. You got Legend of Zelda: The Triforce, and over here is my absolute favorite game. If you can't tell by my username, Kingdom Hearts, the Keyblade, which after I record this video, I'm going to be going and playing some Super Smash Brothers to try out Sora. Over here is another little painting area. I actually really like this space right here up to the bookshelf and everything. I think it's really cute. Over here is a little mush farm. I debated going back and changing this up a little bit, but I'm not honestly sure what I would do differently to it at this point. Okay, over here is the farm, which, as I said, I probably will be doing it differently whenever I get to the next Cottagecore Island. But also by then, I'll have access to real crops, which is exciting. Over here is a little strawberry farm. I've seen so many of them, and I just really loved them. I thought they were adorable, and I needed to have one myself. Over here is like a little sewing / laundry area. You know, sometimes you find tears and stuff in your laundry. You just need to like fix them up and stuff. So this is, or you know, do some sewing while you're waiting for your laundry to dry. Over here is the second house, which is attached to Collin's account. Although we have two different switches, so it's just his account on this island. We'll go inside here. Everybody has really liked the main room of this island, which is a little pub area. It did take inspiration from I guess, famous Instagram photo by this point. You will know it by the fact that it had those little back panels there, and there was like the fall arch that was there. So that is where this was inspired by. I did change things up a bit to make it my own design and stuff like that. But I'm really happy with the pub. Like, I think it exceeded my expectations for what I wanted. It's just really cozy, especially like here now in the evening, which is why I kind of wanted dusk, because the lighting in here as it gets darker in the evening is just so nice and cozy. And of course, on the computer, we have I Love Lucy, which I have loved that show since I was little. And I just came across the design for it while I was looking for another one, and I just knew I had to have it. And let's go over here to the sewing room. For this room, I thought, what is the most grandma I can make a room? And this is what I came up with. But I put photos there. I guess you could call it Maple and Poppy's little sewing area, although Poppy does not live on the island anymore. I am going to take her probably for the next Cottagecore Island. But I guess you could say she visits maybe, like on the weekends or something. But yes, I really love Poppy. I probably, like I said, will take her again on one of the next islands. But I'm still trying to decide what the theme for that next Cottagecore Island will be, to be honest. I was originally thinking, after seeing Collin Crossing's island, I was really strongly debating doing a like a suburban cottagecore like he did, but after the direct, I think I'm going to do something slightly different, which I've talked about a little bit on stream, but I'm probably going to keep it to myself now for right now, um, so that I'm sure other people have also thought of the idea, but I would like to try and see if I can be the first one to do it. So we'll see. Back here is the bar's storage area. It got, a little bit taken over with some bugs. And, you might need a little bit of a big fly swatter to help you get around in this room. But yeah, like apparently a lot of people also like this, and I was asked how I thought of this room. I was literally like, I just tossed items, which is true. I literally just tossed items. I had a few ideas, like I knew the panels and this like these shelves and stuff back over here I knew I wanted, but everything else was kind of thrown together, like literally just thrown together. But I'm still very happy with how it turned out. Over here we have, I knew I wanted to do a like little witchy room kind of thing. And this is what I came up with. Okay, I was about to say, is the music playing? Because I didn't hear it. We'll start in this direction because there's a photo. Tom Nook. I'm not really sure, if he's... We're not sure if he's being cursed or part of the witch's circle, but, we're still investigating that one. There could be, where Isabel tries to keep him under watch, but, she could be the witch. We're not sure who runs that room. Up here is the second library. The first one's in the main house. Because the first one was in a smaller room, and I knew I wanted to put one of the bigger rooms of a house as a library. Originally, I was going to make this like a maze library where the bookshelves were kind of forming a maze through the room, but I had very little room to put furniture and stuff in there, so I ended up doing another iteration where it was kind of more like a public library, where you have aisles of bookshelves. I didn't really like that one either, so we ended up redoing it and coming up with this one. And finally, we're going to go down to the basement, which is the last spot I did on this island, actually. Collin and I are engaged, and eventually we're going to get married whenever we can better afford it. Right now, because, the American healthcare system isn't great. not to get political or anything, but we have to wait a little bit to get better situated, where us getting married wouldn't hurt him with his insurance and stuff. So I thought it would be cute to do like a little wedding area for the two of us. And originally it was going to be the other direction. It was going to be like long ways this way, but I could not, the benches and stuff were not working out with me, and so I ended up swapping the direction of it and making it this direction, which I'm very happy with how it turned out. The only room I think without music, no wait, the storage room doesn't have music, but I also didn't really know what to put in there for a wedding song. I mean, there was a few that I guess could be a wedding song, but I chose just to leave it without music. Over here is another one of my favorite spots on the island. I saw so many renditions of like these little beach like picnic areas where they're like on the like log tables, like two or three of them, and just all lined up together and stuff. I thought I would try my hand at one, so this is what came out of it. Over here is like a little, I guess, camping spot. One thing I definitely know I'm going to try and improve on is like tree spacing and like stuff, because there's a lot of spaces that I feel like get hidden behind other things like trees or buildings and stuff like that, and I definitely want to improve on that for the next island. Over here is another beach, which this little spot, this bench, swing, and the festival thing was inspired from another person I saw. The rest of it is my own creation. It's just that I saw this, like the swing and the pillow and the garland thing together. I really loved it. I thought it was cute, so I thought I would kind of make an area inspired by that little thing. It was really adorable. The original one I think is probably better than mine, but I didn't want to copy their exact work, so I just tried to make my own. But I'm still really happy with how it turned out. Over here is Maple's house. Again, this is kind of one of the things where I want to improve on. When I was terraforming, I kind of was left with like this awkward, like alcove space for a house, and I definitely wish I had a little bit better kind of design with it, but the Able sisters and stuff was already planned to be right there. So I didn't really have much option, I guess. I could have possibly knocked... No. Too much thinking there. Don't need to do that. But yeah, this is one of the examples I kind of wish I had done a better job with. But I'm still really happy with how her yard turned out. This little honey stand and everything over here is so cute. I saw the design for it like a year ago, like early on, and I just knew I wanted a honey stand. Although the original one, of course, you see that bear there. That one was actually a different color bear originally, and it was like I gave it the red shirt to make it look like Winnie the Pooh. I thought it was cute, but we ended up changing it to the dark bear. I struggled for the longest time with the peninsula. I could not figure out what I wanted to do with it, if I wanted to make it like a cliffside or what. And I ended up just leaving it flat and making it like some little wood space before going over here to Collin and is it Collin? I want to write a book, but sometimes I don't do English very well. But our little stargazing spot, it looks amazing at nighttime, of course, with the little lights and stuff out. You can't actually get into the beds. The original design I had, Collin came back and tweaked it a little bit, moving a few things around and stuff, and he made it where you can't get into the pallets, which is fine, I guess, but I always like trying to make things functional as much as possible. I say as I walk up to the couches that you can't access. And here is the main house. There is a little bit of space here I wish we had done a little bit more with, but at the same time I don't really know what I would have done with it. So I just kind of left it more of a wooded area. I felt it would work fine. I'm definitely going with a log cabin design whenever the stuff comes out. But here is the main house. I'm very happy with how it turned out, the living room especially. It went through, I think, 3 changes before it came into this. It used to have the like leaf flooring and stuff, but I decided to swap it to the log cabin one instead. Of course, you see the umbrella here. I love Zelda, so Collin found me that design, and I absolutely had to have it. One thing, especially with this house, if you ever tour it, I just put a lot of stuff into the walls and stuff, detailing it. This wall space was a little bit inspired by somebody else, I think. No, 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 wait, no, never mind. I take it back. Nope, not this room. um, the bathroom. The bathroom is the one that was inspired by somebody else's bathroom. Which over here is the other library. Collin does not like this room at all, but everybody I've let tour this island really likes this room. The reason he doesn't like it is because there are photos and stuff hanging on the walls, which are bookshelves. So he says it irks him. But I'm really happy with it anyways. It's definitely something I would really like. If I can ever have like a, future house maybe, get my own like room with a library kind of area and stuff. I would definitely love it. Back here is the crafting room, which I made into like a little plant area. I thought it was very adorable. I just kind of threw plants around until I was content. And with new plants coming out and stuff like that, I had to keep going back in there and putting new ones down. Like this little tree right here, I had to go back and put it in and take, I think, another one out or something, or move it around. I can't remember. But yeah, over here is the bathroom, which, like I said, was inspired by somebody else. I cannot remember who they were. I don't think I have the photo anymore either, because I would definitely, because like I said, when I created this, I really did not plan on streaming or anything, but I saw their bathroom. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous, and I did do like my own like redo of spaces here and there of things, change things up from what they had a little bit, but it like the spacing of like the washing machines and shower and stuff, I'm pretty sure was basically theirs. So if you see this and this was your work, you did an amazing job creating it. And like I said, when I made this room, I didn't plan on streaming or anything, but I already had this room done. Let's go down to the kitchen, which, as I said earlier, is inspired from Lex Place's original kitchen on Lothlorien. Me and Collin toured it, and it was absolutely gorgeous. I just fell in love with it so much, and I made my own like interpretations of things, changed the walls and things, changed some items here and there. I went back and looked at the original photo, and Collin said it does look very different than hers, but I still want to give her credit for inspiring it to begin with. She does an amazing job, creating beautiful like islands and spaces and stuff. So I definitely would not want to not credit her. And of course, I would love to credit the person that created that bathroom, but I don't remember who did it. The reason I remember the kitchen is because, of course, it is Lex Place. And upstairs is the bedroom, which I am also very happy with. I really, before the Sanrio things came out, I saw so many people with this poster of Timmy and Tommy, and I really wanted it, but I didn't know where it came from, and then, I figured out where it came from, and I'm like, I don't need that card because the Sanrio villagers aren't in the game. And then they finally announced them to be in the game, and I went and got the amiibo, and I was so happy with the poster. But yeah, this is the bedroom, that's the house, and that was the island. As I said, I'm going to have to re-upload the DreamAddress after this video, but I hope you all enjoyed, the tour with me. It took a lot longer than I thought it would, almost an hour. Jesus. Thank you all for, accompanying me on this tour. I had a great time. I've had such a great time on this island. It's been full of memories. I'm going to be sad to see it go tomorrow, but I'm sure, I hope at least the next 2 islands I work on will be just as amazing as an experience to enjoy. But I'm gonna go. Like I said, I'm going to go enjoy the new character on Super Smash Brother, my boy Sora, and I'm going to just chill for a bit for the rest of the night. And remember to follow me on here, like the video. It helps me out so much. Also, I stream on Twitch, as I said. I just hit affiliate, actually, with or actually from streaming Animal Crossing, basically. So go watch my stuff over there. It's twitch.tv/Trainer Sora. And I also have Instagram and Twitter, which should be linked in the description. If not, you can find them on my Twitch. I am still working on a Discord and stuff. Like I said, I just hit affiliate, so there's a lot of stuff I'm trying to catch up on, putting together and everything. I just got my emotes and stuff yesterday. It's been a whirlwind of an experience, I will say that. But I will catch you guys in the next video, which will be starting the next island, the Christmas island, which I'll be recording from the starting point up until the KK Slider concert. And I probably will upload a few build videos and stuff like that, possibly. But most of that, I think, will be also saved for Twitch. But yes, thank you all for the lovely experience. Thank you everybody who's been with me on Twitch and everything. And thank you for anybody who watched, enjoyed this video. Please, like I said, like and follow me. It helps me out a lot. And leave me a comment letting me know what you think. Also, feel free to leave me your dream addresses. I will probably be touring some on stream in the next week or 2. So if you would like me to, tour yours, feel free to hit me with that one, or hit me with yours, and I'll go take a look at it. But yeah, I guess that's about the end of the video. I hope you all had a great time. I know I did with this island. I'm gonna miss it so much. But we have to move on. But have a lovely, morning, day, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it is for you. And I will catch you guys next time. I'm Trainer Sora. Peace.